Mashup making basics in FL Studio. Contrary to popular belief, FL Studio is free. There is a free version that's more than enough for making mashups. I do have to apologize in advance if I go over anything that's not possible in the free version of FL Studio. The most important tools you have at your disposal are the ones in the top left corner here. The ones useful in mashup making are the pencil, paintbrush, and the slice. The pencil and paintbrush do essentially the same thing in mashups. They allow you to move the waveforms around. This is useful for syncing, restructuring, organization, and more. Here's a clip of me syncing an off-sync mashup. And right-clicking with either tool erases. The slice tool allows you to make cuts in your audio. Simply click and drag over the audio you want to cut. Right-clicking with the slice tool removes the smallest half of your cut. Cutting is useful for chopping your audio down into smaller sections. These sections can then individually be moved around, pitched, and more. Or you can just cut out and remove an unwanted part. Cutting and moving around different sections of a song allows you to fully restructure it. You can, for example, extend the chorus, add an extra verse before the chorus, and remove extra bars. A few general tips include highlighting this button shows these half circles in the middle of your audio, which let you change the volume of your audio. Keeping this button unhighlighted lets you crop your audio by dragging the sides of them. Keeping it highlighted makes dragging the sides stretch your audio, but this is very inconsistent and not recommended for mashups. Control clicking with any tool lets you select stuff. You can either control click and drag to select multiple things, or simply control click on a single waveform to select only it. Most keyboard shortcuts do exactly what you expect. For example, Control C and V copy and pastes, and Control Z undoes. The magnet button decides what distance your audio should snap to. Setting this to none is necessary for mashups. If you watched my last tutorial, you should already have a pretty good idea of what key and BPM your songs are. But now you need to stretch and pitch correctly so that they actually match. Let's go over stretching first. In order to correctly stretch your vocals in FL Studio, you first need to set your project BPM up here to the BPM of the GD song. Then you need to press this button on any of your vocals waveforms, press Fit the Tempo, then press Type in BPM. Then you type in the BPM of your vocals and press the check mark. At this point, you're usually in the clear when it comes to stretching. However, it's good to double check if you have the right stretching mode enabled. To check if you have the correct stretching mode, simply double click your vocals so this menu pops up. Then see if the mode says E3 generic or auto E3 generic. If it says neither of these things, open the drop-down menu and select E3 generic. E3 generic is the best mode for both pitching and stretching. Pitching is much simpler. It is always recommended to pitch the GD song and not the vocals. So double click on your GD song so that this menu appears again, and you can either turn the pitch knob and look in the top corner to see how much you're pitching it by, or right click and type in value. FL Studio pitches in cents, so it's important to remember that 100 cents is a semitone. Sometimes to properly mix your mashup, you need to add some effects to either the vocals or the instrumental. I will go over what effects are useful in the mixing tutorial when I make that. For now, I'll just go over how to apply effects to your audio in FL Studio. To accomplish this, you need to left-click any track on the side here, hover over Track Mode, Audio Track, and then select any of these inserts. Then open the mixer and open the insert you selected the track should be linked with. Then you can go to the side here, just browse and select what effect you want. It is important to know that when you tie an effect to a track, any audio that goes over that track in the future will permanently have the effect on it, unless it goes over another track with different effects on it. So I usually have a track with a disabled effect on it. So if I accidentally put an effect on an audio, I can just put it on that track and remove the effect. To disable an effect, add the effect to your mixer and click this green dot. And that's it for the third video in the tutorial series. Out of all the videos I've made so far, this one had the most strict deadline. The other ones didn't even have a deadline at all technically. I'm going on a vacation tomorrow and I broke my microphone like a week ago, and it took a week for the new one to arrive. So more than any of the others, I probably missed something in this that you want to ask about. So I'd be happy to answer as many comments as possible. If you want more mashups from me, or if you just want more tutorials, subscribe so you get notified, and I'll see you next time.